Adventure here in Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Katrina Weidman.
Nice, here at Incarceration.
Yeah, I'm excited. My second year here.
What did you do to get incarcerated?
One more time.
What did you do to get incarcerated?
I don't tell.
So, you got this coffee in front of me that looks really freaking cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about this, please?
Yeah, so essentially I'm doing a collaboration with Concept Cafés, and they have coffees with a bunch of different artists, like Ice Nine Kills has a coffee with them. And the idea kind of started as a joke, because I'm a producer and I've worked on a lot of different paranormal shows, and I'm also a ghost hunter. And so they knew of me through my work on television, and they had this joke of just like, would you ever drink a coffee that sat with Annabelle from, the Conjuring movies? And so they were kind of like egging each other on. And then they were like, wait a minute, what if we actually did that? So they reached out to me and they were like, we have this really weird idea. And I love coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. And so we came up with this coffee together, and it's called Possession. And what we do is we take the actual coffees and we rest them in haunted locations.
Wow.
So they spend a couple nights in a haunted place, and then you can drink it. And they might be haunted. They might not be.
Oh, so
yeah,
maybe once you drink it, then you are like drinking the spirit.
That's the thought. So I always say you can have it, like if you love haunted stuff and you love coffee, it's great to have. But also if you really hate somebody, send it to them, because they might get a haunted place.
People, that I might buy a whole case.
Yeah. Send a demon to their house.
Exactly, right? So how do you pick the places that you put them? Because that means like no two coffee is the same.
Yeah. So I've been pretty much to every state in the U.S. I've worked in the UK a lot too. So I have a really good understanding of which places are really truly haunted and have like weird stuff going on that we can't explain. And so I always reached out to my favorite places. OSR is one of them. I love Ohio State Reformatory.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why do you love it here?
One more time.
Why do you love it here?
So, well, I'm a big history lover, number one, right? I think a lot of people that are into ghosts are like that. So I love, the history is really interesting. The architecture is incredible. But the ghost stuff, I've had some really weird stuff happen here that I can't explain. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what a ghost is. I just know weird things have happened here, and it always brings me back.
Well, let me tell you, today I did the blood prison today.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in one room, and definitely there was a spirit in there trying to mess with me.
What happened?
So first I got the whole like chills.
Ah, yeah.
And then it was like I just felt it like coming with me as I was going out of the room.
Yeah, that's creepy. Do you think it was something bad?
Hard to tell, because like it's funny, there's somebody that I've been friends with a long time that is a medium, and like one time at our house when my kids were living with me, they kept telling me the house was haunted, and they were telling me stuff was going on. So I called her up to come to the house, and she verified it. And so I said to her, so why aren't they fucking with me?
Yeah.
And she literally did say they're too powerful and they didn't want to mess with you.
Oh, interesting. And you know what? It's funny because when people contact me because they live in a haunted house and they're scared, they always ask, what do I do? And one of the things we tell them is, again, like we don't know what any of this stuff is, right? It's all fringe. It's all speculation. But one of the things we've seen work is when people take that ownership of like, this is my house and you're not going to mess with me. You're not going to mess with my home. It's just that, establishing your authority.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that's what you were doing without realizing it.
Exactly. Kind of like if you have a pet, like who's in charge, or even as a parent.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you a funny story.
Okay.
So I'm originally from New York and New Jersey. And
nice. I'm from PA, Philly.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
And so the kid's mom, she was a native Floridian that I moved to New Jersey, and she wanted me to take her to the Amity House.
Oh, Amityville, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I was there years ago, but when I was young and dumb. But
Wait, you were inside?
Not inside,
Okay.
but close enough
Yeah,
that I wouldn't want to go there again.
yeah.
And I said, "You want to go? I'll give you the address. I'm not going to any house that tells you to get out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if the house you wouldn't have to listen. You wouldn't have to tell me twice. If the house told me to get out, I'm gonna listen. In fact, it's kind of creepy. I live in South Florida, and when we have hurricanes, I live on an island.
Oh, wow.
And when they're gonna do evacuation, they'll tell you evacuate, but when it's your like last call,
yeah.
I never even knew it was in until the first time it happened. There's a speaker in the house that says, "This is your last chance to get off the island. Evacuate now."
That's terrifying.
And yeah, at first I was like, "Oh fuck!" But like, so when that happens, you better believe I'm evacuating the island. Like, because who knows? You don't know if that's who it is. Just like last night. There was music playing, but nobody working.
Right. And they have weird things like that happen all the time. I know some of the people that run the ghost tours here, and I mean, the stories they tell you are so wild. One of the rooms here, the chair room, they just have photos and photos of scratches that have appeared on people.
I have more confirmation of that. Waylon Revis of A Killer's Confession and Mushroom Head,
Yeah.
he told me that he did a video in that room, a music video, and he came out with scratches all over the front of his body.
Wait, this weekend?
Not this weekend, like years ago he
Oh,
told
wow.
me this.
Yeah, it's a weird place.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to mess with that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you messing
But
with? That's the thing. Like, we don't know.
See, that's the point, okay? I think it's having the knowledge, like somebody like yourself, to know what to mess with and what not to, or how to handle it.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Tell the listeners like a little bit about what what you do and
Yeah.
why and how you're so knowledgeable and have so much expertise to deal with it better than the layman person.
Yeah, so essentially, it's a random story how it happened. I was always really into ghosts. I was probably like a lot of people when I was a kid. I loved horror movies, and I grew up in a haunted house, so I had a lot of interest in like what this stuff was, and so I'd get every book I could on the subject. And then when I went to college, I was a music and theater major, so that was like I was always going to go into the arts, but they had a ghost hunting club at school. And I signed up for that, and that turned into a huge television show.
Wow.
So I just started working in television since then. But what was really great about it is the Ghost Hunting Club took it really seriously. So there was like a training course I had to go through, like how do you interview people and what's the history of the paranormal, and let's look at all world religions and how they view the spiritual, and how do we know if somebody's lying to us or if something is psychological or environmental. And so we got a really good understanding of, how to assess the situation and be objective. And because you have to leave your own bias at the door when you're interviewing people. And I worked with Lorraine Warren from the Conjuring movies. I worked with her for a very, very long time. And she was a religious demonologist. That's not really what I do, but it was interesting to hear her thoughts and experiences because she did Amityville.
Right.
And, Haunting in Connecticut, the Conjuring House. So from there, it just kept snowballing, and I kept working in different television projects that revolve around ghost hunting, and I kept ghost hunting privately, and so it just kind of got me to a lot of different places in life. It's been very interesting, but very random how it happened.
That is so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know that by where Louder Than Life is, like 5 minutes away, there's this like famous witch tree?
Oh, one of the artists told me about it today. Yeah.
You gotta go check it out.
Yeah, yeah.
It is way cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just in a neighborhood. It's like,
Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've actually been to it. I shot a show there 2 years ago, and we went to the witch tree. And It is like such a weird story because it started out of, if I'm remembering correctly, maybe you can correct me, I think it was like the neighborhood was chopping down a really important tree to the residential coven there. And they were like, you can't take our tree. That belongs to us. They took it anyway. And as the story goes, these people cursed the town. And I think it was like a lightning bolt or something hit the area where the tree is. And it's like this really wild looking tree that's there now.
Yeah.
And so people come and bring offerings to it all the time.
Yep, I've been to it, and it like amazes me, all the offerings there and stuff. It's wild.
Yeah.
There's so many cool things to see out there. Now,
I love Louisville.
Now, how do people reach out to you for that type of stuff?
Yeah, so I'm my biggest presences are on Instagram and YouTube. So you can reach out to me Instagram, YouTube, but my website, if you have a haunted location that you want me to check out, I have a contact form on my website, which is katrinaweidman.com, and you can find me there.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so now, what about Loudwire?
Oh, yeah. So this weekend, the reason I'm here at Incarceration, I teamed up with Josh Bernstein, who hosts Paranormal Prison, which is on Loudwire's YouTube channel. And this is so fun because we take the artists of Incarceration, and in between their sets, we take them ghost hunting.
Nice.
And it's so fun.
Oh my God.
So some of the artists are like, they're really skeptical at first, and then they're kind of like, well, wait, maybe I'm not so skeptical after this. And some of them are full-on believers, and they're really into it. But we have a really good time, and it's a fun way to get to know some of your favorite artists.
So, best story of taking an artist.
Oh, of taking the artist around. Oh, man. We had... I'm going to say something from last year. We actually had a really weird experience with, we took Kael ghost hunting with us. And it was like, I think it was the last day of the festival, so things were really winding down. And we went into, I think it was the old library or the old infirmary. And we were using what's called, I think at the time we were using a spirit box, which is just something that sweeps AM, FM radio. And you listen for like really prominent words or sentences that come through.
Like the band.
Yeah. And we kept getting something to do with somebody named Snake. And it almost sounded like a prison nickname. And at one point, Chris is like, wait, am I the snake? And it was like answering, yes, Chris is the snake. And he has those long dreads. So we were like, wait, is it, confusing his dreads for being a snake? I don't know. I don't have the answers, but it was a really fun ghost hunt. And, he was super into it, and we got some cool stuff.
That's way cool.
Yeah.
So I have one more story for you that'll freak you out.
Oh, good.
Anne Frank House.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've never been.
I've been multiple times, but the first time I was there, the attic was open. You could go up in the attic. You can't now. They have like plexiglass.
Oh, okay.
And I was married at the time. We're climbing up, and I got halfway up the ladder, and I told her, you could go up. I'm done. I'm going down. The energy was so dark. As I kept getting higher up the ladder to the attic,
yeah,
I didn't even get to the attic. I was
wow.
Nope.
Yeah, that's, I mean, such I don't even know the words to put into context how horrible that must have been for them living up there, and a lot of times we think present day supernatural activity ties to horrific events in history. So what you're saying, a lot of people will describe, even at places like OSR, we'll meet people who feel the heaviness of what some of the prisoners must have gone through here. No
doubt. And that is a big part of it. Is it's not really always people think it's all evil. No, it's people being such an empath that they can feel their pain.
Well, and it's one of the things I like to liken it to. Have you ever walked into a room and people had just been fighting, but you don't hear them fighting? You don't see them fighting. They're acting normal, but you can feel it.
Yep.
It's the same thing. It's energy. Or the other thing I like to say is, and I'm sure you have because you work in entertainment, but have you ever met somebody that gives you a really bad vibe?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Right. It's the same thing with locations. You walk in and you can just feel like something's not right here.
I 99% of the time, I listen to those voices in my head.
Oh, good. Yeah, a lot of people, I still have a hard time listening.
They're always right.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Real quick, tell everybody how they can get this coffee.
Yep. Okay. So you guys, you can get my coffee line with Concept Cafés called Possession, and it is conceptcafes.com.
Well, I love all that you do, so keep doing it.
Thank you.
And thank you for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.